That is quite possibly the hardest thing to get working. So basically, there's a little video preview thingy, right? When you're when you're getting your stream on, you know what I mean. At any rate, you have to mute it, or there's just this repeating loop again and again and again and again and again, so on and so forth. But anyway, clicking the mute button, like if you hover over the thing, the little icon for the speaker is in one place. But if you actually want to click the button, you have to be like, I don't know, maybe a quarter of an inch below it and then slightly to the right. It's really bizarre. Like, you would think it would line up properly, but it just doesn't. Okay, anyway, let's get a little love in chat. Oh, this was fun. Sorry about that noise. It happens. So yesterday when I quit streaming, right? I normally just I alt tab my game and I go over and I do all the nonsense on the right hand side, and I say right hand side. My second monitor's on my right, but so I just alt tab the game and I stop the stream and I do all the things and whatnot, and I totally left the game running in the background like all freaking night. So that was a thing. But yeah, so even when the computer was asleep, when everything was shut down, it still was running in the background. And I'm dropping frames today. Isn't that fun? I think it's hilarious. Oh yeah. So if this is the same as the first game, golems are weak to. They're treated like human characters. So using my human sword is my best bet here. Okay, let's take my last two potions, because that's fun. And then it's gonna be time to pray. Everyone ready? We ready? Dead guy? Dead guy's good to go. Do it.
A golem? So Darehenna's legend is true?
It is no more than an obedient machine created to follow orders and kill. Not unlike our Witcher.
So I guess we should get along famously.
You? What do you know about golems?
I don't run into them in every forest, but any good bestiary describes golems at length, and I've read more than my share of those.
Geralt, I'm not questioning your knowledge, but I should be the one to...
Actually, you are questioning my knowledge. Listen, I know what I'm doing. I'll try to get it to reveal the word that'll deactivate it, or I'll just mess with its head. Break the code.
So now we've got a burglar in our midst. Be my guest. Try.
My intentions are good.
As are mine. Know, however, that this may change.
Darehenna must have been pretty lonely if he gave you eloquence.
The Master made me a guardian. Nothing less, nothing more. And you, provided you stand there, are a guest.
Alright.
Powerful magic created you. Darehenna was a true master.
He is still, since his mastery survives.
As a conscious being, you must be lonely here.
You are wrong. The pain of the world, melancholy, lies within the domain of emotions and feelings. My thoughts are governed by pure logic, restricted by my program.
But you can learn. They say that a penchant for philosophy can only come from curiosity.
In my case, it comes from the will of the Master, who liked to speak with me.
And do you feel a need to discuss?
I feel nothing. I just have that need.
I have other questions. So you're aware you're an automaton?
Do we really know who we are, where we came from, and where we are headed? Is human life predictable in that the cycle of birth and death ensnares it? Better than mine. When a human is born, he is obedient to his parents. Later, he listens to tutors, masters, corporals. Finally, he succumbs to the will of death.
And to think that Adalbert questioned Derhena's mastery. You are far more self-aware than a typical golem. Can you make sovereign decisions?
The Master made me the way I am, because long discussions were to his liking. I can make decisions, within my program, of course.
So you decide who's a guest and who's an intruder.
Who else would? Guests chat innocuously, exerting no pressure. All others are intruders.
Has anyone tried to enter before?
I recall no intruders. I do, however, remember guests who left after being warned.
When was that? What did you discuss?
I am a machine. My memory is limited.
Who, if anyone, is allowed to pass?
Derhena, but he is dead. Also guests may pass, but I stop intruders.
Tell me more. Who's a guest and who's an intruder?
Is it not obvious? A guest keeps his distance, or knows the name word. An intruder is anyone who enters too far, attacks me, or otherwise interferes with my being.
Sugar and Sand, Backstab Kitty. Welcome back to the stream, my friend. How are you doing on this fine day?
I have other questions. Did your creator give you a name?
I'm called obedience and unyielding persistence. I am a guardian and the humblest of servants.
A golem's name is the word that gave it life, and that can take it away. You must have a name.
I own nothing. Everything belongs to my master. How could I divulge the name if I exist solely to protect my creator's property?
Do you remember your creator?
Of course. I was summoned into being by Master Derhena. I abide by his will, by his power, by the necessity encased in my stone bowels.
Derhena is dead.
His word, which animates me, lives on, as does his legacy, which I protect. Empires will rise and fall, rivers will shift their courses, but I will remain obedient to one master on my eternal watch.
You're not an automaton. You're self-aware, and you think you can make decisions.
Oh, great.
You're wrong. I am eloquent and can discern between guests and intruders. I can also deal with the latter. But everything I say and do is limited by my restrictive program. By the way, As an automaton, I am immune to all charms. Stop the intruders.
Oh, crap.
How many more can there be?
Oh, jeez. That didn't look nearly as bad as I thought it would. There's like 4 of them. Ow. That didn't go well. It's freezing and you don't. It's actually not too cold here. It's been quite
golem.
warm for this time
So
of year.
Darehenna's legend is true.
It is no more than an obedient
Midwest.
machine created to follow. You?
I don't
We've had
Geralt,
most of this conversation.
So now.
my intent.
As are
Darehenna,
the Master and you.
Alright, here we go.
powerful magic created you.
He is.
Can I ask you for the name word which brought you to life and which can deactivate you?
Do that, and I shall consider you an intruder.
Can we discuss the program that controls your behavior?
Of course not.
As a conscious being, you must be...
You are right.
But you can learn.
In my case, it comes from...
And do you feel it?
I feel...
I have other questions.
Sorry, we've had most of this conversation already.
So you're a...
Do we really... Is he... When he...
And you're...
The ma...
So
Who else?
has anyone tried to...
I recall...
When... Who is...
Dehenna.
Tell me more.
Is it not?
I have other... Alright, I think I know how to get past this thing without a fight.
Burglar witchers, philosopher golems, an expedition replete with fascinating discoveries.
And terrible disappointments. Shut up, Adelbear. And you, Witcher, deal with that golem.
We know you exist by the will of your master, thanks to the name word he gave you.
That is true.
You were created to discern intruders from guests. You are to stop the former and greet the latter.
Intruders must be stopped.
By the sacred rite of hospitality, as a guest, I will now enter this chamber.
You are a fool. Customs are a human creation.
Crap.
And no part of my code. Stop the intruders.
Crap. Oh god. Yeah, that didn't go well. I really have to talk my way out of this. Yeah, sure, let's reload it.
A go-
I don't
So
dare.
The man
So you
is winning.
entered. Who?
Dare
Tell me,
is it not?
has any...
I
When what?
I
You are far more...
The
So
who
I have other... powerful...
he
As a... And do you...
I've
Can we just... Can I ask...
do that.
I have other... Do you...
Of course, I am
Darren?
his
Darren... I have... Did your create...
I'm called.
A golem's...
I
Okay,
Alright.
let's try this
I think I know how
again.
to get past this thing without a fight.
Burglar witchers, philosopher golems, an expedition.
And
Oh my god. Okay. No, it's not getting any easier.
We know you...
that is true.
You were created...
Intruders
Are you aware that intruders may seek to deceive you?
I have stone fists to defend myself against those armed with swords. I have my iron logic to defend against those armed with words.
But intruders could include sorcerers who alter reality. They could be illusionists or mere liars. What then is certain?
My existence is certain, as is my master's will.
This would be... Man, no. And we know he's immune to hexes.
Since only you and the Master's legacy exist for certain, everything else is doubtful. A malicious intruder could cloud your senses.
I am the Guardian. The Master prepared me for that.
He couldn't foresee everything, so he gave you a mind to compensate. You're much more conscious and intelligent than a Guardian needs to be. Your Master says, greet guests and stop intruders. That is certain, but everything else can be a lie. And you cannot allow yourself to attack guests. That would be against your Master's will.
Guests must be greeted, and intruders must be stopped. This is Dehenna's will. Are you a guest or an intruder?
Doesn't matter what I answer. Your senses deceive you. You can trust only your mind. You can't assume I'm a guest, because I may be an intruder. You can't assume I'm an intruder, because I may be a guest.
This is a contradiction, a paradox. The law of excluded middle.
We've done it. We've penetrated Dehenna's laboratory.
let's have a look. This is better than I'd hoped.
A great success for Nilfgaard, this mission.
Maybe you'll get that promotion.
Nice. Alright. Bink. Whoa! You see that 522 orans?
There are his notes about the city's history.
Can you feel that?
My medallion's vibrating.
Another masking illusion. I'll try to disperse it.
Scribes find
Later, Elorn. Lisa Elorn. Later, dear!
But I'm not done. Whoa.
The device. What is it?
You've done your job. You'll be paid and...
Paid like the scholars were? They died once they were no longer useful.
They were never useful, but Cynthia insisted. Fortunately, they were so kind as to remove themselves without my help.
I'm not about to be that kind.
Adelbert, you know what you're to look for.
Yes, Mom.
It's a prototype megascope. I didn't know it had survived.
What's it do?
The artifact detects an emotional bond with a person. Its user need only focus on that person and the device will establish a connection.
Great tool for a spy.
Yes.
Time you fulfilled your end of the bargain. What do you know about my past?
You were a rider of the Wild Hunt. I read the reports.
Don't the Nilfgaardians have anything better to do than write reports about Witchers?
Not about Witchers. About you. You are the sole person to have been a member of the Host, and survived.
Wait, what?
Anything else? Any detail you can give me would be useful.
Don't trust Letho.
You think I trust the people I hunt?
He's your foe today, but he wasn't always.
You can't manage to put me on a multi-stream? It's okay if you want to watch Dan, Bunnyfat. I don't mind.
Is there anything to prove I was part of the Wild Hunt?
Nothing. Apart from the fact that Nilfgaardian intelligence agents are drawn and quartered for lying in their reports.
An enlightened nation indeed.
You haven't the faintest notion how many people are interested in you. Very important people.
Just because I survived?
You're a former rider of the Hunt, and you live. You may be the key to solving the mystery of the retinue, and they all know that. You must watch out for yourself.
That's okay. Thanks for stopping by, Bunnyfat.
How do you know I knew Letho?
I've read...
The reports, I know. Why are you warning me about him?
because I like you.
Let's say you've satisfied my curiosity.
Well then, consider me glad to have satisfied a Witcher, whatever the way.
I'd like to try out the device.
You realize that can only end badly.
Cut in again and I'll put you in my report. You may use it, but just once.
Giving state secrets away to a Nordling. Will you mention that in your report?
You're sure to be named a commander one day, Adalbert. But until that happens, be a good boy and do your job.
Article 22 of the Code is clear. Suspicion of treason is sufficient grounds to strip a commander of power. Article 1 of my personal code is equally clear. Traitors must be subjected to the most painful death possible.
Oh, nice. Hey, buddy.
I didn't expect that.
Multiplication. Second year at the academy, all mages learn it.
I didn't expect you to take my side.
Well, now choose one person you wish to contact. After that, the artifact's mine.
Nilfgaardian agents get quartered for lying in reports. What does the Empire do to agents who kill their colleagues?
Nothing. As long as no one finds out.
Let's say... Will we meet again?
I wouldn't mind at all. Look for me at the inn.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't eavesdrop while I eavesdropped.
I shan't trouble you. I have a lot of work to do here.
Oh. This is a tough call. I mean, they obviously want you to try and grab Triss. But I don't think that's the best idea. I mean, I know where Triss is. I don't know that talking to her is going to help me in my current situation. Don't want to talk to Roach. He doesn't seem like he'd be helpful in this area. Definitely not talking to Radovid. I don't like him. Dandelion. And we're gonna talk to Saskia. Do
I
it.
made sure we'd have a trustworthy cook while in Lochmuin. I'll not allow anyone to slip poison into your goblet here.
I cannot sit here and eat in peace while Philippa rots in a dungeon.
Regardless of Philippa's whereabouts and predicament, you must behave as befits a queen.
Does that rule out caring for my friends?
Philippa will manage. And even should she fail, I'm sure her final wish would be that we follow through with the plan. So eat. You must be at full strength during the summit. A very important task awaits you.
I hope you learned something useful.
I'm just sorry I can't use the artifact a few more times.
Its power has been depleted.
I understand. Thanks anyway. Darhana's notes from a trip he took to Zerrikania. Darhana mentions some bacteria strains.
Ooh, a couple of runes. That's nice. I don't know how to use them, but that's still nice. Alright, I guess we're done in here. Alright. Oh, we need more. Honey owl. What is it using? Here, let's just use all of those. Let's make some swallow. That'll work. Yep. Or more. And we also want what was it? No. I wonder. We're just gonna go ahead and make more of this. Elemental stone. Ooh, I don't think so. RBI. Place that with anything. No. Okay, so we're not going to make any of that. That's fine. Let's see, we've got 1 talent to spend. That'll work. Let's save it this time. Now I can save. Alright, let's get out of here. Wait, we have a bunch of crap to read. I've started reviewing the manuscripts. The city animals have survived only in part. The most interesting volumes seem to be missing. Curiously, up to this point, I have not found a single mention of Vrans. I have happened on an intriguing document. Its content is encrypted, and the dialect itself is strange. Deciphering it is consuming a lot of my time. I've recognized the word reptiles, which is a promising thread. The document bears the seal of one Goveth. Guess that's how to say that. I have never heard of this individual. I finally reached the place described by Goveth. My worst suspicions have been confirmed as I have found cells filled with the bones of lizard men. There are more documents too. If the figures can be trusted, the mutated virus was terrifyingly effective. The reptilian tissue must have decomposed instantly. I don't appear to have the fourth set of notes. Okay, we'll just go ahead and read the fifth one then. I regret having learned of this dark episode in the city's history. I have become wary of danger, as the elves must surely be aware that someone has discovered their secret. I have made my last stroll into the ruins of the Black Academy. I will seal my laboratory and disappear. The time has finally come to see Zeracania once more. So he left the country. Didn't I? Wait, sorry. One more thing. Golem Trophy. Armor plus 3. No, armor plus 10, vitality plus 15. So I'd be losing some vitality, but gaining armor. Is Gargoyle 7 and 20. 5 and 55. Changing my trophy up. Alright. Did I just miss the book? Oh, yep. Here we go. Document 4. Sorry. We'll read document 4 here. I've started to record the mutation procedures once more, this time in a magically protected tone. I now also realize how serious and far-reaching my discovery might prove. If this disease attacked both the Vrans and the whatever that is, who are not vaccinated, what will happen if someone mad or vile enough can be found among them? Alright, cool. Now, let's get out of this place. Ooh. Or, you know, just take this stuff. Because this isn't an exit. Or is it? No, not an exit. Sword away. Thank you. I'm pretty sure we're done here. We're going to return to the surface. Oh, man. Oh. So I still gotta kinda sorta not get my face torn apart?
Ah.
You know what? We're gonna try and make it at the end. Why not?
Renounce magic, I tell you!
It's a brazen attack. King Radovid will learn of this.
Hmm?
And the bat, the owl, and the rat! Likewise!
Alright, I guess for now, I'll go ahead and...
Constable John Natalis.
Interrex John Natalis. He is regent.
walk this way.
He's a gent.
Prepare for your final lesson.
Final?
Which,
Wait,
I'll have no discussion.
these are shouts?
This will be a
Please, help yourself.
Nice. Gladly. Rid of some of this nonsense here. Such a bummer. I kind of liked these swords. Bye. Oh, it's a quest item. Never mind. Do I have multiples? I have multiple K-Rune trophies, however. That happened to happen. Happened to happen. On to the rest of those. That'll be good for now. Ooh, do you have anything good? Not really. What did you have that I didn't sell you?
You'll learn what a sorceress can never agree to
Stop
under
treating
any
us like a victim.
circumstances.
We're dangerous and armed, with the authority of the
Alright, cool.
victor from Brenna behind
Now we'll
us.
move on. What?
Take that.
Wow. That was close. I didn't think I'd need to so soon, but let's take some potions. Because apparently, we need them. Alright, 10 minutes worth of sort of survival.
My medallion.
Yeah, I bet your medallion, but... Oh wait, I wanted to, last time, see if there were any actual, like, clues around them. If you can't tell, I'm not great with puzzles. Ooh, what's that? I swear there was a... Or not. Moving on.
The absence of certain people is telling. The absence of others, downright astounding.
Triss Merigold is said to be coming, if late. Sabrina Glevisek, well, you know.
And Hugh of Scarlet.
Alright, what about this area over here?
What did Francesca Finley?
I feel like I wasted those potions. I'm sure I did waste those
Prepare for your
potions.
final lesson.
Final? But
I'll have no discussion. This will be a practical... Under any circumstances.
So, even an
Locked.
Your Excellency knows well that our hosts are libertines and eccentrics.
My dear Counselor.
Am I just missing it? Is there like a sewer entrance thing? Map somewhere?
No extravagance excuses.
Or am I just gonna
Shallard's
go ahead and get
presence.
arrested again?
Forgive me.
Because that didn't end well last time.
Constable John Natalis.
Interrex John Natalis.
Water!
I'll incinerate you.
I like this whole freezing thing. What is causing them to freeze? Oh, nice! It's got a chance to freeze them 20%. is great. And it's locked.
Nothing special.
Good. What do you bet this one's locked too? Oh, key required.
Damn you, Ridley.
This is where I came in. This is probably where I came in. Whoops.
Hey! Watch it!
Ow.
Welcome.
Everything is locked. This. Well, I guess at least it's not locked. Oh, is this the sewer finally? Yep. Okay, cool. At least I have a direction to go now. Yeah. My guys.
Come on!
Where'd the other one go? Whatever. Yeah, now that I'm in the sewers, I'm gonna make sure and save, because you know me. I'll probably die. Sure, I'll take all that. I wish... Okay, so with that right there, I don't mind that they explode. Alright, that's fine. What I want is for it to be a chance, a percent chance. I don't want it to be 100% of the time. I don't want to have to dodge every single one of them every time I kill one. You know? That would be my gripe. Like, if it was a 10 or 20% chance, that would be interesting. Because I can, you know, here, okay, now I'm balancing, do I want to risk it? Well, sure, I can risk it. Why not? If there's only a small percent chance that they're gonna pop, and I risk it, and I get screwed, you know, that's kind of fun and interesting. This thing where I know they're gonna explode every time, and I have the ability to dodge out of the way every time, is kind of... It feels like they could have done a better job.
Damn it.
Or like, maybe, yes, there's a percent chance it'll happen, and there's also a percent chance that'll happen instantly. Like, you know, no time for me to do anything about it, just BAM! Exploded, you know? Anyway. This seems like a very final... I'm out of... Do I need to drink some cat? Is it too dark? Let's see what we've got here. Locked. Locked. Azog, welcome back to the stream, my friend. How are you doing on this fine day? Whoa.
Your Majesty.
I've waited long for this meeting. You left Redania so suddenly I had no chance to give you the send-off you so richly deserved.
Your Majesty, I fail to understand why I have been arrested. I've done nothing but serve Redania's interests, supporting the rebellion, undermining Henselt, risking my own reputation on your behalf.
I'm no longer the little boy who believed your every word.
Why do you do this, Radovid? I was there at your most trying hours. Without me, you would not be the man you are. I don't understand.
You understand very well. You conspired
Yes,
against
please,
my
do
father,
share it,
Vizimir,
Azog. I am
and
doing
against
quite
me.
well.
The entire Redanian court once trembled in fear of Philippa Eilhart.
Untrue, sire. You must let me explain. What are your charges, your Majesty?
Ambassador.
Triss Marigold was kind enough to compile a list of persons making up the secret society known as the Lodge of Swords.
Looks good, man. Very nice. Detail in the trees, plenty of detail in the grass. The fog effect is very nice. It looks good. I like it.
Some Nilfgaardian sorceresses were members as well, but you need not be bothered with them, my lady.
Triss, you're mad!
The Lodge ordered Demoven killed. It ordered Foltest killed. I suspect you played a part in my father's death. And if I released you from the Dimeritium, you'd kill me too. You're finished, Islehart. There will be a trial, due process, everything as it should be. But know that you shall not wriggle out of this. You shall be convicted of conspiracy, treason, and regicide. They'll rip your flesh from you in bits before they burn you at the stake. Throughout my childhood, I felt your cold stare on the back of my neck. When I issued orders, my subjects would search with their eyes for Philippa Eilhart's gesture of consent. The entire court at Tretogor looked on as you humiliated me. All Redania laughed behind my back. You taught me to look everyone in the eye. Forced them to lower their gaze, do you remember? A king must never show weakness, uncertainty, you said. I've mastered that skill. Yet there is one I could never force to submit. You. You've one chance to shorten your suffering. Admit to everything, here and now in the Ambassador's presence. Look me in the eye and repent. Submit. As you wish. Torturer, put out those vile eyes.
You're making a grave error, sire.
I can't believe I'm just gonna stand there and let that happen. Oh, God.
We will talk again, witch.
Oh.
The Philippa
That only
Eilhart
took you
problem
40
has
minutes? That's
been
pretty
resolved.
impressive.
We must return to camp.
Wait here, Excellency. We'll scout ahead.
Intruder! Get him!
Maybe I should have waited.
Long live the Emperor!
Yeah. Well, I suppose that's true if you know what you're doing. For me, on the other hand, a digital painting would not be any faster. Is this Eilhart cell? It is. Oh, wait. Yes! Kill him! Right in the face. Please? Kill him?
You're not easy to find.
Look what they did to me. Radovid. To think I taught him magic tricks when he was just a boy. Free me, Geralt. I have to get out of here. Do you hear me? Help me!
You'll answer a few questions first. How does the spell work?
Saskia's will and mine are one. She cannot resist me. But fear not. There's no suffering involved. She merely believes me to be the most wonderful person in the world. As if she were in love. You know what's most beautiful? In spite of all this, she seems unchanged. She's retained her charm, her valor, her honor.
Where's Saskia?
When I was arrested, she was with Sheila. They must be on their way to the deliberations by now.
Was Schiller telling the truth about the Lodge, the assassinations?
He said exactly what Radovid wanted to hear. Half-truths, musings stripped of context, which differ very little from lies.
Did Triss take part in all this?
She's clean in those terms. Innocent as a child, but only to a point. I assure you, she has not been honest with you about many other matters.
Why did all this happen? Murdering monarchs, what interests did it serve? I can't fathom.
Help me get out of here and I'll explain all and lift the spell from Saskia. Take these shackles off me and lead me to my house. I beg you. I'll tell you everything. Everything.
I didn't track you alone. Yorvith can't wait to see you again.
My death would change little. Yorvith and all like him have no right to judge others.
Been a year since your first painting, and is this something you're doing on your own, or are you taking classes, or is it anything like that? I think, did you show me this one before? It has come quite a long way. I mean, you know it. So, I mean, it's not something that's bad to admit, but yeah. Where's the button I need to push? There.
Where's Saskia?
When I was arrested, she was with Sheila.
We already had that. Alright.
Clock's ticking. Time is of the essence.
Why do you do this? Would you take vengeance on a blind woman?
Shillard said they've got Triss. I have to free her before they put out her eyes, too.
Going to the Nilfgaardian camp is suicide.
And leaving a friend is villainy.
Only I know how to break the spell that holds Saskia. Get me out of here. If I die, she'll remain forever spellbound.
All right, but if you're lying to me...
Unbind me and lead the way. We must return through the sewers.
The shackles stay on, and you'll go first.
Shillard will raise the alarm.
No, he won't. We'll be long gone by the time he comes to.
Kill him.
I'm not into murdering unconscious old men. Lead on. No tricks, Phil.
I want to get out of here, and I want to live.
I believe that. Can you walk? Sure you won't faint on me?
I'll manage. Will you remove my shackles?
The manacles stay on.
How very strange that they have a sewer, like a giant, open, gaping hole in their dungeon that comes from a sewer. Alright, Yorvith.
Game. Who did this to her?
It was Radovid's way of thanking her for the care she provided him when he was a child.
I saw him with his army on his way to the talks, whistling a tune.
Get me out of here!
Shut up, witch! You're alive only because you're still needed.
Philippa's promised to help us in exchange for her freedom.
And you believe her?
Know a better way to free Saskia? Got the strength to walk, Eilhart?
I must find it.
What state is Saskia in now?
I've ordered her to carry out Sheila's bidding until I return.
Great. And Sheila will be at the talks?
Yes. She's probably there already, making certain the Lodge's plans do not fall through.
What's Sheila supposed to safeguard?
The restitution of the Council and Conclave, and the creation of a strong, independent state with Saskia as its leader.
With what aim?
As a bulwark. A defense against Nilfgaard. After years of chaos and destruction, the time has come to build. We wish to rule, yes. Where is the fault in that? Everyone wants to rule. And I know how to do that. Better than any other monarch in this city.
You can't hope to win the common folk's trust. Humans will never accept a sorceress queen.
Non-humans won't either, given what that old hag Finderbear has achieved.
They all believe in Saskia. They all trust her. The girl is a born leader, yet she has no political instincts. She's charismatic but not cunning. Courageous but not fierce. She is just but lacks the required cruelty.
She is your very opposite.
Perhaps. Together we would be unstoppable.
What would you have done if Saskia hadn't been poisoned? If a certain foolish witcher hadn't gathered the potion ingredients?
I would have sought other means, but I couldn't miss that opportunity.
Did you order Foltest murdered?
No!
Shillard claimed that Triss testified.
Triss doesn't know what she's talking about. The Lodge exists, and Triss has lost our trust. All that is true. But Foltest's assassination? That was not my order.
How do we free Saskia?
I have charmed a dagger with a counterspell. You must thrust it into the she-dragon's heart.
Wait,
You
what?
mean your heart, witch? Do you mock us?
There is no other way. She must be struck with surgical precision, otherwise the counterspell won't work. All the blade's runes must touch blood, and its point must pierce a chamber of her heart.
We'll need to hold her down somehow.
Hold down a dragon? This is ridiculous. She's lying, Geralt. I don't trust her. Why would she even need this dagger? In a minute we'll hear that she planned to free Saskia herself.
Any time you cast a spell or a curse, you must have a counterspell at the ready. It's a basic rule of magic. I prepared the dagger just before I cast the spell, in case anything went awry.
A basic rule, but I don't know many mages who follow it. Where's the dagger?
My quarters. In Geoffrey Monk's former home, inside a well-secured chest.
I know the house.
Yorvith, know any way to get to Philippa's quarters unnoticed?
Through this sewer. We may encounter monsters, but we'll gain a lot of time.
Keep an eye on her.
Monsters.
I'll go ahead.
Splash, green goo.
There's something in there. I avoided this
Oh, hell. That's not good.
What guarantee do I have that you'll set me free?
None. You have no guarantee that I'll set you free.
Fails to work, or Saskia perishes from the blow. You'll be next. And be assured, it will not be a quick death.
You dream of that, don't you?
This place looks just like the last.
Same step, too.
Nothing to
Wait
pick
here.
up? No loot. Really, no loot. Awesome. I really should have saved. kill.
I can't keep up this pace.
The sooner you give us
You'll keep up the freaking pace, lady.
Pain-killing spells require focus and precision. I cannot manage one now.
Die from the pain then. Rest assured, no one will help you, nor we for you. Keep moving.
Geralt, you'd best check the room before we enter. I don't like this.
Pain don't
Neither
hurt.
do I.
Yeah, what kind of not liking this is it? Is this a... Gonna guess this is a human kind of not liking the room. Nope.
Damn monsters.
Hey, hey, hey. Oh, crap.
Slow down. I can't keep up this pace.
The sooner you give us the dagger, the sooner you can lick your...
Geralt, you'd best check the room before we enter.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Neither do I.
Go check the freaking room.
Come on!
What? Come off it, man. This room. Let's come out of combat. I want to pick some of this stuff up. Fill up his notes. Words. Dragon scales. What? Not sure what they are, but I'm taking them. Save. Hey, no, that one. We want that one. We looted this room already. Now we're in this room.
Unshackle me. Remove the Dimeritium. I can help you.
Shut up!
Nope. You wearing that stuff until I'm tired of you. And then maybe you'll die. It's always a possibility.
Is this the chest?
Describe it.
It's heavy, covered in runes. There's a circle and candles on the floor.
Yes, the very chest in which Geoffrey Monk kept his most valuable treasures. The dagger's inside.
How do we bloody open it?
The candles must be lit in a specific order. I figured it out. My notes are downstairs. After that, a simple spell will suffice. Remove my shackles.
Geralt,
Nope.
do you know this ritual?
Only a mage can perform it.
Shut up!
I'll light the candles, then we'll remove the Dimeritium.
Alright, we did pick up those notes, right? Yeah. Wait, but there's... All right. Are they lit? I can't. There you go. Okay, that one's lit. 5.
They went out.
Obviously not the right pattern. What's the next pattern? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. What do you think? Is it going to be the third one? Probably going to be the third one. At least it doesn't kill me. That's a nice change.
Now unshackle me. I'll open the chest with a spell.
Wait, I'm stuck.
Neither of us can utter it.
It's not something you learn in a moment. A trained mage is needed to cast spells. The candles are lit. We need to hurry. Do as I say before I lose consciousness.
Try anything clever and you will die.
I'm stuck in the circle. I don't like this. I don't like this.
You can lift the spell binding her, but she will never be human.
She's more than a Dwan. Someone who restored hope to the Enshe.
She's a monster. If you think she can rule a realm of humans and elves herself...
Face it, Delian!
You'll suffer the consequences of your foolishness.
Look out, Geralt! Ah!
Beautiful.
The hell is that thing?
Bloody barrier! I can't penetrate it!
I'm screwed. Holy crap. I don't understand why I'm getting my face pushed in so bad.
Bloody barrier! I can't penetrate it!
Ow. Oh, there's bombs on the floor. Okay.
Bloody barrier! I can't penetrate it!
Wow. Ow. Okay. Get up.
Look out!
Go, go.
Bloody barrier!
Jeez.
I can't penetrate it!
Oh, I'm so screwed. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Alright.
Damn it.
I can't move. Dude, that was bad. Took 2 big hits.
Look out!
Okay, so when he takes one full attack, and then he'll block.
Let the kill.
Too old for this.
What the hell was that?
Bloody barrier! I can't penetrate it!
I don't understand why I cast my spell and I'm frozen. That's really annoying me. I use my sign and then I like freeze in spot while he recovers from my sign. And then he blobbers the hell out of me.
Bloody barrier! Come on! I can't penetrate it! Let the kill. Look out! Come on! Bloody barrier! I can't penetrate it! You're on your own! I can't help you! Amazing fight, Gwynblade! Get the dagger and let's get out of here!
Can I
Let's
get
hope
up
this blade will do the trick.
A strange weapon. Never seen anything like it. I hope it works. Too bad Eilhart won't tell us anything more.
Keep in mind that the other sorceresses are here. Philippa may inform Sheila.
Or command the dragon.
I won't be surprised if I'm forced to fight Saskia. Confused by spells, she won't understand we want to help her.
You're probably right. But please don't kill her. Unless you must do so to save your own life.
Time to join the talks.
I'll go ahead and see what we can expect.
Dude, this is like a constant twisting and turning game. It's freaking crazy. Alright, let's see here. I'll take this. we'll take... Oh, I don't care about that. Maybe I'll start using Quen a little bit more. Let's go ahead and boost that up. I want to see what other talents I can invest in here real quick. Tired of using so many potions, so let's do that.
In a hurry to see the deliberations?
Here on urgent business.
Your dress seems to confirm it. Excuse you indeed. I suppose I couldn't much care. I've heard what I came to hear.
And what, pray tell, was that?
The rightful heir will ascend to the Aedirnian throne. There will be peace in the land. What more could one want?
Prince Stennis is here?
King Stennis. Crowned 2 days past in Vengerberg. Merely send a messenger here. All those present promptly agreed that he will make a good ruler.
Prince Stennis. A poisoner, coward, and schemer. He trembled with disgust when he spoke to the peasants. Disdain flowed from him like vomit. But he didn't deserve to be lynched. That was not the justice Saskia fought for. Prince Stennis I, son of Demavend III, became the 17th king of Aedirn. He won the hearts of the people. They saw him as the hope of the nation. The realm, ravaged by war, needed a ruler sensitive to the plight of his subjects. King Stennis I was just that. Greetings.
Here to see the show. It's cancelled, indefinitely. We're now in the services sector.
What service do you provide?
I was once a good swordsmith, or at least it looked like I might be. A riot came through, took my workshop with it, but the skill remained. I actually prefer swallowing swords to hammering them, but that upsets my wife.
Give her my best.
You can do so yourself. She's Alona, the bearded she-elf.
Ah. And how's life with a bearded she-elf?
Pretty normal. We don't generally bring our work home with us.
Alright. Probably shouldn't sell that one. Don't know if those are good or not. Go ahead and check. Alright, +1. But I'm already wearing Superb. I'm already wearing those as well. Okay, so we can sell all of this. What you're telling me. Wait, what? we need to look at that. Armor 26. There's no freaking vitality on this one. Damage bonus to signs. Vigor regeneration. 60, 60, 60. Reduction of damage from magic. Vigor +1. Do I have anything that's gonna up my vitality? No. Whatever. So we're good. I don't like that armor at all. It's kind of freaking ugly. Whatever.
I see you took care of the guards.
I hate those monastic curs.
They're not paragons of virtue, true, but they were just doing their job.
Then they didn't do it well enough. Can we go now?
I don't know what Geralt's complaining about.
Yes,
I kill guards, like, here constantly.
Time to finish it.
Whether you like it or not, John Natalis, Temeria will be divided.
For the good of the entire North.
The united forces of Kedwen and Redania will end the fighting among the Elder Houses and secure peace from Gorsvelen to Ellender. At present, Temeria is starting to resemble the Pontar Valley.
Which, if I understand correctly, is currently controlled by Edirn.
You are mistaken, Radovid. Vergen is free.
Free? What precisely does that mean?
Lormark is not Kedwen's, and Edirn no longer controls Upper Edirn. We have rejected Prince Stennis.
King Stennis?
And handed King Henselt's army a resounding defeat.
Your forces, my dear lass, are nothing but a motley array of rebellious peasants and elven brigands. Sooner or later, they will need to swear allegiance to someone, or they will be defeated and dispersed.
The peoples of the Pontar Valley will swear allegiance to me, Queen Saskia. As an independent realm, we hereby speak in favor of reconstituting the Council and Conclave.
You're a lovely girl, but you issue from common stock. The sole crown you are worthy of donning is a wreath woven of wildflowers. Redania will recognize no other coronation.
In that case, you must choose, King Radovid. Will you carve up Temeria? Or march on the Pontar Valley? Henselt, last of the line.
Okay, so my freaking stream just took an absolute dive. I'm just gonna sit here for a second, see if it stabilizes. Dropped 1,700 frames in like 30 seconds. It is all over the place. I am super bummed about this. I mean, everything was going great. All afternoon. Everything was beautiful. Unstable. Unstable is definitely the way to put it. 3,000 frames dropped since I noticed. I mean, I hate to even say it, but I may have to straight up restart this stream, or at least try. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna restart really quick. I'm literally just gonna hit stop on OBS and try restarting.